right, welcome back to another episode of Northern Ruckus. I'm here with my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jimmy, man.
Hey, let's get right into it. So I got the Would You Rather for the week. This one was actually a good one. I like this a lot. But I want to preface it with I have two different versions of it I want to ask you. So the first version I want to say is, would you rather go 5 years into the future? Like you super sim 5 years of your life, but at the end of it, you get $1 million cash. Or go 5 years in the past, but with no recollection of the future, but you have your same exact mentality you have today.
Yeah, probably 5 years in the past. Just because it's like you don't want to miss out on stuff. Like, especially me, I have kids. I don't want to miss out on 5 years of my kids' lives.
Let's say, for example, because I knew you were going to say something like that, but I'm going to say in this hypothetical, your kids don't miss out on you being in their life because you're still technically there, but you forget it.
Yeah, it's like that movie Click.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly that. So
I still don't like it. And plus, because $1 million after 5 years, that's only $200,000 a year. That's not that much.
Bro, that's $200,000 saved a year. That's a lot.
Oh, saved? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, it'd be kind of cool, but like, nah, time is more valuable than money.
If you go 5 years in the past, you don't even have all your kids. So it's like, what if things don't happen and then like.
That's why time travel hypotheticals are just a little too much. I don't know why we're doing this.
So you actually would go back?
Yeah, more so. Especially because I think if I had the mentality that I have now, 5 years in the past, that I'd be even more successful for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the second part of it, then I would say let's amp it up a little more, where make it even more dramatic. Same exact scenario, but instead of 5 years, we go 10 years, and instead of $1 million, you get $10 million at the end of the 10 years. So you'll be like,
can I get $10 million at the end of it and sharks with laser beams?
Yeah, this guy's fucking. Nah, bro. Like, think about it. So if you can go to like you're 40, your kids are gonna be like all grown up, like 16, 20 type stuff.
Isn't the whole point of life to live it? Like, I feel like you're just robbing yourself if you fast forward.
You are kind of, but it's also like you're gonna be living a way more successful life than you ever could.
Let me ask you this. Like, so you want to ask me all the questions? Let me ask you this. What if you're 70? Like, you fast forward till you're 70 years old and you have like $1 billion?
No, well, that's shit.
Exactly.
But you can't do anything at 70. At 40, you can still live.
At 40, I mean,
40, like
some of my best years are behind me for sure. Maybe not all of my best years, but a lot of my best years are behind
40
me.
years old with 100 mil, like, yo, you can live life. Fully live your life.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I don't know.
Like, it's not the same as 70. This nigga said 70. Like, bro, at 70, you're in your diapers, fam. It's like you're not doing shit.
I don't know. I just feel like I like living life. I don't want to, like, that's why I don't want to go to jail for nothing, like, because it's like I like living life, like, you know what I mean?
I think, and that's like another, like, same as like a time warp, because like you always hear those, especially back like maybe 10 years ago, you hear those stories of niggas going to jail for like 10 years and coming out, and the internet didn't exist when they went in, kind of thing.
Yeah,
that was crazy. And it's
like
yo,
social media and shit.
Coming out to a whole new world. That shit's nuts.
Aside from how backwards you are with the fashion and shit, because the fashion doesn't translate to jail, right?
Oh, yeah, because
so
they
you
think
have
all
no
that.
idea.
That was like when you would come out with like everybody's wearing tight jeans, and you're like, what the fuck is tight jeans? Like,
yeah. In general, you would just be like confused with how niggas dress and like the jewelry that niggas like, and just what's like cool, like a lot of shit, like the whole culture would have changed, really.
Yeah,
right? You know?
For sure. And like, I don't know, I think time travel, I love time travel questions because it's like, it's so interesting. Like, I don't know if you heard the one that was like, if you were to go back, let's say 500 years, how could you prove that you're from the future?
You couldn't. I think it's probably happened before, and they weren't able to prove it. People just look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, people would be like, you're crazy, and be like, no, but like, trust me, there's gonna be a thing called like cell phones.
Yeah.
And it's like on cell phones, your whole life's on it. It's like, what are you talking about? And like, yeah, and then like goes some message to the satellites and shit. It's like you wouldn't be able to explain it.
Yeah. And people would probably start beating you up for talking
about
that.
Why would they beat you
up? Someone beat you up quickly. Like, shut up.
No, bro, I don't know. I love the time travel questions.
Shut up talking about those stupid cell phones.
Did you see that one where someone had an iPhone at like was it Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson's fight? It was one of them.
Yeah.
But someone had an iPhone in a Mike Tyson fight.
That's interesting. I've seen a lot of shit like that. Like they talk about like people who have time traveled and like evidence of like slippages and shit. There's even stories about the guy who woke up and he had like a whole passport from like some
like different country in a different year. Yeah, I saw that shit.
And they were like this all looks like authentic shit, but it's not from our planet. Like, you know, and it's just like, yeah, like he could even been from another dimension or some shit like that, right? But who knows, man? That type of shit is interesting. Wormholes and accidental time slips and shit like that. You know, like what about those kids? Look at them kids who were green. Them kids, these green kids popped up in the middle of a field.
Bro, and now you're just like, there's no green kids in the middle of a field. You just went down some conspiracy.
The Legend of the Green Children of Woolpit.
Bro,
It's right there.
Yo, this guy got caught by the algorithm.
Nah, how'd I get caught by the algorithm, man?
Bro, those kids clearly aren't real, nigga.
Bro, that's not a real picture of them, obviously, but they were real. That Woolpit, when you go there, they have like a big sign of the kids and stuff, because it's like obviously the most famous thing that ever happened there.
Yeah. Oh no, we're going down a rabbit hole right now.
Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Bro, you're talking about green kids in a field.
You're talking about what am I gonna do in 5 years in the future if I go?
Yeah,
like,
that's just 5 years hypothetical time travel. You're trying to explain.
Be
to
Sleeping Beauty and shit. Wake up to $1 million. I wish.
Waking up and be like, you press Super Sim, like when you're on your My Career and you're like, I don't want to play the rest of the season.
Yeah, who does
that?
that?
Let me go to the playoffs. That's what you're doing.
All right. Let's keep it pushing.
So this weekend, I know we didn't have an episode last week because we delayed it because we had like scheduling issues. But me and you, we were talking, and you were telling me for sure it was Gervonte Davis gonna win this big fight.
Yeah.
How did you like the?
I didn't think for sure. I just thought that he probably was gonna end it, which he did. But I thought, like, even if you look, I think if it would have went the distance, like Ryan had a good chance. Even there's a lot of controversy because the scorecards still come out after
Ryan Garcia run first round.
In the second round, a lot of the judges scored at 10-10. I think 2 of the 3 judges scored at 10-10.
How? If he got knocked down?
He got knocked down. That's what everyone's saying. But if watching the fight, he was controlling the pace of that round a lot. In hindsight, a lot of those punches weren't actually landing clean. But sometimes it's hard to see that when the fight's happening, especially I'm on TV. I'm not sitting right ringside like how the judges are, right? But yeah, he was throwing a lot. And in that round, in the second round, Tank only threw 4 punches. And one of the punches he landed knocked him down. Tank is very masterful, man. He's really good at what he does.
I have a question for you then, because it was a body shot that knocked him down. It wasn't like a knockout or anything. But do you think Ryan Garcia cutting that much weight plus the hydration clause that they had on Ryan Garcia and shit that he couldn't balloon back up after weigh-in played affecting like a kidney shot affecting him a lot worse than it would regularly?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
No, it made him be in better shape because he had to stay in perfect shape. He had to eat right and stuff.
Bro, he's a small guy and he has to cut like 20 pounds already. So it's
he's like a regular sized guy and cut 20 pounds.
Bro,
he's
you
like
think Ryan Garcia like had fat to lose before?
Yeah, obviously if he lost it, you idiot. And look at him, he still looks healthy.
No, of course he looks healthy.
Honestly, when it comes to that, even if you ask Ryan himself, I don't want to hear any excuses about that. He was just talking about that type of stuff because it was an inconvenience to him and it made him have to change his mentality. Like he had to think about what he was eating and shit more like that. But at the end of the day, stuff like that just makes you in better shape. Like now you're in peak condition. I think though there's more controversy even with that too. Is that there's a mole in his camp?
Yeah, I saw him say that. I don't know what it was about.
Yeah, the Asian cat was saying that he hurt him to the body in his camp and that he let Tank know. And Tank before the fight was saying it too, that he was hurting. He got hurt to his body. And they were
so then why is he acting like he never knew that there was a mole or whatever?
Who?
Ryan Garcia. Because
how would Ryan Garcia know that?
Because he posted yesterday. I had a mole in my camp. But if Gervonte Davis is out here saying, pre-fight,
he didn't know how Gervonte Davis knew that. That for sure had him shook. That he got hurt in camp, and then Gervonte Davis knew it. That for sure had him shook. Even if you look before the fight, Mishu, pull up the intro to the fight. See how Tank was telling him like, "Yo, leave." It's before this, so it's not even showing. But see how Tank was saying like, "Leave your girl and leave your mom and leave your daughter and shit at home," right? Yeah. It's like, bro, he should have left his little brother out the ring. Like when him and his brother were standing there in the corner when they first went into the ring, like his brother looked shook, bro. I would have had to tell my brother tighten up. Like,
it's just like a matter of like big stage and nervous.
Big stage,
he's
but
not nervous that his brother's gonna lose.
No, there's a clip where Muhammad Ali's telling all the people around him, like, yo, you guys need to act confident. If I was acting as nervous as all you were right now, how the fuck would I ever go in there and win? Even if you don't think I'm going to win, just pretend that you think I'm going to.
You're saying, like, yo, that shit rubs off on you.
Yeah, it rubs off because it's like you're my peoples and you're so worried about me. What are you worried about? Like, you know? Like, don't be worried about me. Now you're making me worry about myself. Like, you know? Yeah. You want everyone around you to have that confidence in you. And I think it's funny because De La Hoya was saying that about Tank's camp. He was like, you guys put in these rehydration clauses and stuff. You're scared, But after the fight, De La Hoya didn't even stick around to talk.
No, I just think, like, I understand the sport of boxing. I understand that it's weight class means, like, everything in a sense, especially for boxing, how it's, like, every 5 pounds is different. But it's, like, a rehydration clause to that extent where it's, like, this guy has to cut 20 pounds, and by weigh-in, he can't go over, like, 8 pounds of what he weighed in at for fight night. Like that's kind of crazy because that means he can't even eat. Like that means
No,
you
he
have to.
can eat, bro. He just can't go eat like a burger and like
No.
a bunch of water and shit like that. He has to go and eat the same shit that he was eating going
exactly.
into
Well,
it.
he was trying to starve
like, he's
himself
probably
to lose weight, though.
Not starving
You are
himself, bro.
starving
No,
yourself
for
to
sure
an
he
extent.
can't because bro, he's a million. First of all, think about this. He's a millionaire. He's a professional athlete, and he's training for this event. Right, it's a big payday for him. This is probably the biggest payday he ever got in his career. So he obviously has a sports chef, like a personal chef who knows what they're doing and is making him food that tastes good. It's just healthy,
when I'm saying
right?
starving, I don't mean he's not eating, but I'm saying like
He's just
eating
watching
like
what he's
a
eating.
quarter of the calories he would on a regular.
Yeah,
day,
but
quarter.
you're probably still eating a lot of lettuce, and he's eating like a lot of delicious things, and like it's just like instead of having like regular eggs, he's having egg whites and shit.
Yo,
like
bro,
that,
did you buy the fight?
No, I watched that shit on bootleg.
Yeah. Did you see how much they were charging for that shit?
How much?
It was like no, I thought it was like $120. It was $100 American pay-per-view.
Damn.
It was like one of the most expensive pay-per-views.
That's how they make their money, though. And to be honest, it's a big ticket fight. A lot of people
Ryan
want to see
Garcia
the
was
fight.
promoting it. He was on like a podcast before, and he was saying like, "This is the future of boxing." It's like if you guys aren't paying for this fight, what fight are you going to pay for? Because there is no bigger matchup.
I think. I prefer when fights used to be on ESPN and shit like that. Like I think like that. Like why does like if the NBA doesn't need to be selling pay-per-view events and shit. I understand there's 82 games in the season and this, that, and the third, but it's like the TV sponsors should work out. Like if it's a fight like that and it was on TV, everybody would have watched it.
The only reason why you can't do that is because it's not the same people fighting every time to be able to.
For sure, bro. But even like let's say I was calling around bars to see what bar was playing the fight before I watched it on bootleg. And
nobody had it.
No one was playing that shit because it's too expensive. It's not worth it.
It's also because boxing is a dying sport now.
That too, and that's why I think it should be more. Just put it in people's faces, especially a fight like that. Everybody wanted to see that fight. It should be accessible.
That's why I thought it was crazy. I was like, in situations like that, you shouldn't upcharge. You should take like the low ball approach, where it's like usually pay-per-views are $70, charge $25, and everybody's gonna buy it. It's
the Shakur Stevenson fight, the last big fight, that was on ESPN. It was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was, bro, $100 American. That shit was like $140.
I think that's ridiculous.
Like,
That's how much I would pay to go.
Single nigga that paid for that.
Yeah, I would pay to go see that in person for that price.
Exactly, right?
Maybe not the best seats, but like up in the stands.
In the nosebleeds. Nah, I feel that. But yeah, no, I thought the fight was cool though. But like,
it was cool, especially like the with big fights like that. It's always like the spectacle that makes it so good. Like how much people are in the building and shit like that.
Oh,
that's
the big names and shit.
Yeah, that's another thing that looked like got to Ryan. Like Ryan's looking around, like bro, like everyone's here. Like that's the thing. An event like that, it feels like the whole world is there.
No, I feel that, bro. I was even saying that to Terrence last night because I don't know, like the Lakers game last night. It was what you guys are gonna be listening to this on Thursday, so like this was game 4 on Monday night, bro. Like Kim Kardashian had courtside seats, and I was asking Terrence.
She got you tongue tied.
I was asking Terrence, do you think like she was gifted those seats? He's like, "There's no way, it's LA. Like, look who else is there." And
yeah,
it's like,
that's the thing. The Lakers is a hot ticket.
Yeah, bro. Fucking.
If it was a Clippers game, for sure she didn't pay. But it's a Lakers game.
Yeah, it's like you would be seeing random ass people, and you'd be like, "Yo, who is that?" Because there was this girl that was sitting in the front row too, who had the craziest necklaces. It's like all diamonds. I was like, "Yo, who is that?" And Terrence was like, "Yo, that's Floyd's girlfriend." Pulls up her Instagram. He's like, posts a story, bro. The necklaces are ridiculous. And I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy. That's just LA. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody is out." So for when it's a spectacle event like that in Vegas, it's like, why not make a weekend of it, right?
Is that where the fight was in Vegas?
I'm pretty sure all big fights are in Vegas. Was it not Vegas? Yeah, it was definitely Vegas. And like people always just make an event out of it. And I was like, yo, like a Staples Center like playoff game is an event. Same with like a Madison Square Garden playoff game. Like those are events that like people are showing out. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone was there. And I was actually saying this too. Little side note: Gervonte was wearing all the human made shit, right? Nigo's new brand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, with the AI stuff becoming more popular, like that brand Human Made, it's kind of sick.
It's like this is the title?
Yeah,
like,
that play on it. Like,
like
I think especially over time, it'll be sicker and sicker. And it's funny because Nigo's probably ahead of the curve with that type of stuff. That's probably why he called it that. Because I was just wondering, like, why is it called Human Made? But now with this AI shit, it's like, whoa, that's a sick name.
Yeah, it's a sick name, yeah. I thought that was sick, and the fucking Chief Keef walking him out and shit. It's like, yo, that's fire.
Yeah, that might have been the waviest part of the night when Chief Keef walked him out. I was like, okay,
bro, it was just funny too because Ryan Garcia came out to Christian music.
Yeah, that TikTok Christian song, it's crazy.
So, and then the fucking the beat changes, and you see, Allah, so.
But everybody loves to clown the guy who lost, but it's such a big fight, man. People got to like really tip their hats to Ryan Garcia.
I don't think Ryan Garcia is getting clowned that much. I haven't seen it.
Not as much as I thought he would have, but like even still, just
because
anyone
everyone expected him to lose.
Exactly, he took a fight that was a really tough fight, and it's just like, hey man, we all got to see a good fight. A lot of these guys avoid fights like that.
Even fucking Drake bet $1 million on him to win.
No, he bet on Tank.
Yeah, on Tank to win. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so like, this guy only won like $400K. Like that was the shittest bet.
That's like when you bet on. It's like when you bet on Floyd. It's like, you know.
Yeah, but it's like, what's the point of even doing that? That's such a high risk.
It's free money. It's free money.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but like when the Chargers lost in the playoff game, they were down 30. They're up 33-0, and the guy bet $11 million to win like 100,000.
That leverage doesn't make sense. But $1 million to make 400,000, and the risk is only like a 20% risk. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's more than it's boxing. It's like
I think I was thinking like 70-30 going in, maybe 65-35.
Yeah.
But like the way that it turned out.
Yeah, it was domination.
Yeah, Tank won very easily. Like, it wasn't much stress for him.
Yeah.
And everything that he said was going to happen, happened. That's why I really respect it a lot, too.
But it's also he controlled it, right? So it's like, if you're a defensive fighter I think a lot of the contractual shit in sports nowadays, not just boxing, UFC too, it's like that plays way too much into the actual event.
Mm-hmm.
I understand this is the big fight. Those are the two biggest names in boxing. Well, of like that size group and young in that era. Yeah. But it's like, I understand they have to fight, but they should do catch weights instead of someone coming down to another weight class.
Yeah. It's just that the ball was at Tank's court because he's not the
A side.
He's
the A side. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just like boxing is so weird, bro. Because it's like the oldest sport. Like boxing is like 500. It's probably so old, but I'm talking about like the current state of boxing that we know has been going on for like 300 years.
About, like,
you
the
know,
Coliseum. That shit was literally built to make fucking
like
gladiators fight.
Yeah, gladiators and wrestling and shit like that. But I'm saying like boxing itself has been going on for a long time with the gloves and shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you think that they'd be so advanced, but no, it just makes it so it's like almost more stupid. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of shit that happens in boxing that's just really stupid.
Yeah, you saw that Nate Diaz shit?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
He choked the shit out of that guy,
bro. There's a warrant out for his arrest for assault, but it's like, I feel like choking somebody out is the easiest way to settle like a dispute.
Nah, but the thing is, the guy. Okay, so it looks like a little fight broke out between two groups of friends.
Yeah.
And the guy was a big guy, and all he did was go over to Nate, and he was like, "Hey, man, I don't want to fight." And it looks like that's what.
Well, you can't hear what he's saying, but
like
that's how he was moving.
But his body language said, "Hey, man, I know we were supposed to fight in this situation, but I don't really want to fight." But his mistake. Just for any civilian out there, like who doesn't want to get into a fight, you don't put your hands up and walk towards a man.
Exactly.
He should have put his hands up and backed away from him and said, "Hey, I don't want to fight."
It looked
when he put his hands up and he walked towards him, it was like he was on the fence about attacking him. Like, look, like he's going like he's thinking that he's gonna control the situation. He obviously doesn't know that's Nate Diaz as well.
Nah, he definitely knows it's Nate Diaz.
No, he doesn't. No,
if
he knew it was Nate Diaz, he would have never walked up to him like that. He'd be a psychopath to do that. This is exactly what would happen if you walk up to a UFC fighter and trying to tell them what to do with their body.
Bro, but my thing is, like, I understand that it's technically assault because he put hands on the next guy. But
you have to remember, too, he's a trained fighter. So
no, but that's what I'm saying. As a trained fighter, putting someone to sleep is probably safer than anything else that could have potentially have happened.
No, he
like
didn't
if that guy threw a punch and they had to throw hands.
He didn't have to fight
but if someone's in your face,
he could easily block any punch that the guy's gonna throw.
But you still take the risk of getting punched for no
100%.
reason.
But the guy didn't throw a punch. If the guy would have thrown a punch, he could do whatever he wants at that point.
Like, I don't know. Would you think he should be getting arrested for this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not like cop lover or nothing like that, and it would have been nice if he didn't get arrested because it's like I feel like for him to get arrested, the guy would have had to press charges or something.
I think he did. I think the guy pressed charges.
Yeah, like I would have left it alone in the situation because he, like I said, he walked up on the guy. As far like that's why laws, bro, real men follow like a code,
like a street code.
Yeah, like a code. But the laws are there to help, like the little guys and shit like that. And apparently, this guy thinks of himself as a little guy. So it's like, yeah, he's resorting to the law. Maybe he thinks he'll get some money. Nate Diaz is probably just a regular guy. He's probably not that rich. Like,
no, he isn't. Definitely not. But no, my thing is just like I've seen so many street fights, especially like on like what this seems to be like a club night. Like the bar's empty.
He could have done them. He could have done them way dirtier.
Way dirtier
for sure. But it's Nate Diaz. He's a trained fighter. He could be looking at a murder charge if he wanted to. He could have easily killed that.
Have you ever been like? Have you ever like fainted, like been choked out or anything?
Nah.
Did you ever do that shit? Where I remember we used to do it way back in the day, where you take 3 deep breaths and then you hold it in and someone pushes it on your chest really hard.
Oh, you dumb kid!
You never did that shit?
No, I'm from the generation right before
boring.
that.
Nah, what do you mean? I was doing with my bro and shit. People older than you, Ezra Everton. Like we used to do this shit.
I was around. I wasn't doing that with you guys. I don't know what to say.
I remember at church.
Maybe I used to
that
have.
shit and the parents found out. They were like, "What the f is wrong with you guys?"
Yeah, maybe I'm an old soul, man. I'm cut from a
Yeah,
different
so like
cloth.
you take
I
like
don't know.
3 deep breaths, you hold your last breath in really deep, and someone pushes on your chest really hard,
Yeah.
and you'll just pass out.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hurt myself.
And I'm saying like no one ever got hurt doing that shit.
Yeah, I seen online people got
Passing
hurt
out.
doing that shit. They pass out
What do
and
you mean?
hit their
Bro,
head and shit.
online people get hurt walking across the street, bro. I'm good. you
Bro, I
know?
just seen a video of a girl doing the crate challenge, and I swear she broke her neck.
See, like that shit's stupid. Like
Yeah,
you have
that
to
shit
let
was
people
so
do
funny.
stupid shit. What I'm saying is like, yo, choking somebody out in a fight is way better than punching somebody in the face.
For sure, it
It's
shouldn't be too big of a deal. Especially like I said, the guy walked up on Nate. If Nate has a good lawyer, he probably might even just get off with this shit. They just
Mhm.
they got to put the warrant out so they can arrest him and have it documented and shit like that, right?
Yeah. So you think that like
You also need the guy in the stomach, which
Do you
is
think
pretty
he was,
unnecessary.
yeah, I saw that, but he missed. He missed. Do you think that Nate was in the wrong for that?
Nah, not really. But what I was saying, like on some like real man shit, like going by the code. Like I said, the guy walked up on him. That's where the guy went wrong. I would say Nate, like, if I was his boy, even I would just say to him, like, you know, you went overboard, but he would just say, like, yeah, but I like doing that shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you know, he's looking for an excuse to choke someone out. You know,
Well, like I don't know. They always say like martial artists are always the most peaceful people because they know
he's
that
not
they
one of
kill
those
you.
traditional.
I don't think he is
martial
either.
artists.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's more
bro,
like he
like
got
a Masvidal where he's gonna just punch a nigga in the face because the nigga talk shit to him.
He got into the sport because he likes hurting people.
Yeah. Nah, but yo, did you see that? So let's move on to the next story. You see that fucking Twitter shit with Elon Musk? How he's trolling people?
Oh yeah, Wiss was showing me that.
Yeah. So Elon Musk removed the blue checks from everybody who's not paying, except for people he liked or people he just decided not to take it off.
No. Wiss was showing me something else.
What was he showing?
Wiss
you?
was showing me how he was saying that CBC is government
Oh
funded.
yeah, they
and
did
they
that
said
too.
that they said that we're less than 70%, and he said, "Okay, you guys are 69% government funded." That's super funny.
Yeah, I
to
saw
me.
that, bro. Elon Musk is like a living troll. It's hilarious. And you say you
Yeah.
don't like idle trolls, but you laugh at Elon Musk.
I was having a conversation with Wiss. A lot of the shit that he does goes over my head. I never knew that he was doing all this shit.
Yeah, bro, he's so funny. So right now, you know how he was doing like the blue checks, you can pay monthly or whatever, and you get it.
Mm-hmm.
So now he removed the blue check for everybody that was already had it before he bought Twitter type
Yeah.
shit, except for like a few people. So like he left LeBron James blue check, he left like Bono's blue check.
Which he should,
He
right?
left like no, but not every like big name. Like there's mad celebrities that he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
removed it completely. And now the people like the woke crowd with the blue checks are all tweeting out like, I'm not paying for this. Like Elon Musk just left it on my account. And people and he's like, you're welcome and shit. He's like trolling them. And like these people are like pleading to the audience, like, don't worry, I'm not one of those people that pay for a blue check.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
funny. So then I was like cliche to have one.
I'll say a few things for it. Okay, like for one, yeah, like okay, on my Instagram, I used to have I do have the blue check, and like now all of a sudden everyone's just calling into question the blue check. I get it all the time now. People saying like I paid for the blue check. I don't even know if you could do it on Instagram.
Yeah, you
yet.
can.
You
they
can.
They made like $4 billion in the first month doing it.
All right, so there
Some
you
shit
go.
like that.
Right.
It's
Well,
crazy.
but to play devil's advocate, like, cause I already had it, right? But like, bro, look how many like catfish accounts you see and shit like that. Like, it would be kind of cool if like everybody did just have the blue check. They should put something beyond that, where it's like where they certify it.
Well,
But
that is what
like
it
just
is.
like I feel like the blue check just verifies you are who you say you are.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, like once that's like that's your real account, it's like, yeah, that blue check, I think it's a good thing. Like it eliminates catfish and shit like that. Plus a lot of scammers, they're not trying to pay no money to have a blue check. Like,
But you can also scam the blue check. Like I get what you're saying, but that's essentially what it's for. You pay like $20 and you just have to verify your name, date, and your phone number or whatever.
Yeah, I do see the good in it. I do see the good in it. It just kind of sucks because it's like when it comes to like let's say like LeBron James and like, you know, or like CBC or like
established companies.
Yeah, like
you
it's
should have a blue check because like so you
Yeah.
don't have to. So like that sports.
I shouldn't have to wonder if it's the real Gatorade, like, you know.
Yeah, or like when it's Sportsnet and like the Sportsnet with like a M or something, and then it's like you don't know.
yeah, and stuff like ball sack sports, like
Yeah,
they
see?
should never be allowed to get a
Nah.
check mark.
Like,
They
I know
got
what
me
you're
so
saying.
many times, man, so many times.
Yeah, you be posting some stupid shit in the group chat, and people be like, "Yo, you see what you're posting?" And you're like, "Ah, shit." You be posting just fake ass memes and shit.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Sometimes I post that shit just to
bro,
troll.
I'm gullible, bro.
You are.
You are too.
Nah, not at all.
Bro, if a white person says something, it's gold to TJ, bro.
Like what? Give me an example.
Like if Neil Tyson deGrasse was white, oh my God, you would look at the world completely different. It's just because he's black, you don't respect nothing he says.
Why don't you respect nothing he says?
I don't like the guy. It's personal. It's personal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think you're just being an idiot. But yeah, no. So Elon Musk, Elon Musk is just straight trolling on Twitter nowadays because like, bro, the fact that people are mad that other people have blue check marks now is is so funny to me because
who's mad? Is it the
woke people? So the woke people are saying like we should.
Who are the woke people?
So the people who don't think that Elon Musk should have been able to take over TikTok or Twitter.
Oh, see, I don't like these type of people.
So those people think that like they don't believe in free speech. Essentially, they want like
those
like
people don't believe in free speech.
No, they want filtering. Like they want people to be censored. They don't want anybody to be able to say whatever.
That's
they
another
want.
thing too. Like. Okay, even like for that, it's just like, bro, when people get fired for like their tweets and shit like that, it's not even a bad thing. It's like, yeah, let that person say like so how they feel, and then we all know. Like, why wouldn't you want people to have that freedom to say how they feel, so then at least people could know how they feel? That's the weird thing. It's like now everyone's just gonna keep it to themselves and shit. You won't know.
Well, that's
like, you know.
Well, that's my exact argument with racism, and you say no. Like I think like a racist shop should be allowed to be like, I don't want black people in my shop. So now black people who don't know that they're racist aren't going there and giving them money.
I just feel like
the same exact
to a
concept.
certain
It's like,
extent,
fuck these
like
guys
you
type
just you worry about it turning into a violent thing, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, in general, like yeah, like the thing is like, bro, black people are actually very inclusive. So it's like black people
That's
are never
the
really
most false statement of all.
No, I mean like as when it comes to like let's say like a black restaurant or something like that, like as much as they'll give you a hard time, it's like they still want you to come experience their culture, right? Even a lot of white people are like that. For the most part, people are like that. So it's like that's why it kind of rubs people the wrong way when people aren't like that. It's like, oh, why are you being a dick? Kind of like that's like the sentiment. It has nothing to do with what race you're coming from in general. It's just like, you know, like it should be open to everyone. Like even when I'm in Chinatown, it's like I don't want to get a bad vibe just because I'm not Chinese. Like,
no, but you're not like. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and you felt out of place?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
oh,
but you're spending your money.
What you're saying is that they should be able to let me feel out of place. I'm just saying like no, not really. But I'm saying like as far as rhetoric and like people saying what they want to say, like yeah, I do feel like Fox News should be allowed to say racist shit if they want to, or like you know like
saw the new Fox News shit that's been going on.
No.
Oh, bro, this is crazy. They just made a settlement for the largest media settlement in American history.
Why?
Because the voting machines or whatever. I forget what they're called, but like the Dominion voting machines, Dominion sued Fox News because Fox News was saying they're easily manipulated, and they settled for like $800 million just yesterday on Friday. I think.
So Fox got sued.
Fox got sued, and they settled for $800 million.
Damn, 800. I swear Disney owns Fox. No,
I don't know, but then this more like another thing that's crazy to me. I want to know what your take is on this. So you know Tucker Carlson, right? Obviously. Mm-hmm. So Tucker Carlson got fired yesterday. So Monday,
why was he the one peddling that stuff?
There was like they named a bunch of like pretty much every Fox commentator was named in the lawsuit, but like apparently he was mad that Fox settled first off because he never thought they were in the wrong at all. So he was speaking out about that, but then not even just that. So now on the left, what's that guy's name? Don Lemon got fired. Mm-hmm. So it's like the two biggest political commentators from the left and the right both got fired on the exact same day. Like, what the fuck are the coincidences of that?
Yeah, it's great. They should start their own podcast. That
100%
shit will go
that's what they're gonna do.
That would go crazy, especially because one of them's black and one of them's white, and like you said, right, left,
together.
Yeah, together.
No, they'll never do that.
No, together, bro. Trust me. Together. I've been noticing. They would. Tucker Carlson's actually he's not that bad, bro. People act like he's the worst, like in the world. Like he's like, bro, get a man a break. He's no worse than Skip Bayless.
Yeah, actually, he Skip Bayless for politics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it would literally be like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. It would be like the undisputed of the politics
But like they would never
world.
be able to get through a conversation because like the opposing views are so like
bro.
rooted in like bullshit. Like
nah, bro. Even like you see that Boondocks episode where they go on the whole tear about like and then like when they're in the change room like they're all friends and shit. Like bro, like these people are on TV and shit. And they can put their differences aside for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Even look at me and you. Like we can come here, we can have a big
we're
argument.
Way different because we don't like our life isn't politics. Our life isn't this, but it's like
different. But I'm just saying, like it's easy, bro. When you actually like have like first of all stability in your life, emotionally and financially, and all that shit.
Yeah,
it makes it so that you don't get into huge, overly emotional and dramatic arguments with people. Where it's like, yeah, you could definitely separate first of all your personal life from the argument, and also just like like, yeah, you could keep it so it's like we could agree to disagree. Like, even the fact that like once you actually become so nuanced in debating, you realize that that's actually important to have opposing views. If you both have the same view, it's not as entertaining.
100%. But my main pushback to that would be, in the situation of Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson doing a show together, both their audiences would be very upset if they ever agree on something together. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
if they went to, like, if they were going back and forth and found a middle ground, the other side would be like, why are you conceding this, and this to that for that
to
point?
a certain degree, but like then you're gonna have the whole other side that's super happy that at least this person who they look at like the devil was actually able to succeed a point to them. They're gonna be like, okay, so maybe everyone isn't so bad. I think that's what the world needs, bro. That's why it'd be a dope show.
It would be better for the world in the sense that it will contradict, like,
honestly,
contract the
certain networks should just be trying to put it together themselves.
Well, they tried doing shows like that, and there are still shows like that are successful. Like Joe Rogan always promotes one called Breaking Points with these two guys. I forget what they're called. Like it's like a Muslim dude and a white woman, and they're one's conservative, one's liberal.
Yeah.
And like they do it, but they're really good. And
that sounds dope.
There was also another one that CNN tried to do, and that's where Tucker Carlson actually came from. So Tucker Carlson did what you're talking about, but because he was so outspoken on that show, he went and got his own show on Fox and became, bro. You know he does like $4 million a night for viewers.
He's dope.
That's
when it comes
like
out. Yeah,
that's NBA numbers.
Yeah, he's nuts. But it's like, yeah, bro. Like even when you watch certain news things that like where they're coming from the same point of view, it becomes almost like, you know, you're becoming brainwashed. You know, you're becoming indoctrinated. Like Young Turks, I used to watch that shit, and it used to be kind of cool when it first started, but then like it became so liberal to the point where I'm like they won't see the other side no matter what. They refuse to see the other side.
Young Turks are under fire because one of the girls from Young Turks says that she doesn't believe that trannies are women.
Well, I mean,
so it's like, now, see, like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like everybody's just kind of eating themselves. If you have one opinion that's separate from your group's opinion, your group will oust you, right and left. So it's like, that's why I don't think if Tucker Carlson ever conceded a point to Don Lemon, the people on the right will be super mad at Tucker Carlson.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like you have to fight to the death of your point for you to take something.
But we just had this conversation with free speech. Like,
she said she said, don't call me a birthing person. I'm a woman. She said that's what she said.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into all that shit. But I'm just saying, as far as her,
are
like,
you a non-birthing person?
Yeah, I don't like what the fuck. But as far as her, like, I like that. She's actually like from watching the show and stuff. Like, she's opinionated, and I guess this doesn't go with the usual like way of thinking with the left, but she's standing on what she feels.
I feel like you're 3 Bud Lights away from a birthing person.
No, I don't know what that means. But I'm just saying, this girl is cool. What's her name again?
I forget.
I don't know her name either, but she's cool. Like, just in the sense of like, we were just talking about this. Like, bro, you should there should be room for people to agree to disagree. Like, whatever. She's just saying how she feels. Like. And she's actually gets paid to say her opinion. Like,
actually, like, that's their whole job. It's like, I'm a political commentator.
Yeah.
But like, nah, people just like be wilding on like their end. Like people, I think it's also a matter of people. It's been a thing in public knowledge that we use oppression as power, but I don't think it's necessarily a matter of power. More as like people just want a right to be angry. Because like but people are complaining about things that don't even actually matter.
Exactly, you're so right with that. That's what it's like. I feel like even like with this trans thing right now, bro, it's a huge hot topic. Like, you know, with the Bud Light thing, all that is such a hot topic, and I feel like people just want someone to be angry at.
Have you drinking Bud Light since?
No, I don't drink Bud Light in the first place. I never drank it before. I'm not gonna start drinking it now, right? But
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think like you said, it's not even so much about people caring about the shit that affects their lives. It's that they're always looking for something to be mad at, and it's just like that's the shit that's weird.
I think the Bud Light situation is separate from what I'm trying to say, because that does affect your life in a sense.
Like, I was just more talking about the whole trans.
No, that's what I'm saying. The trans agenda is.
Yeah, that's just a very I feel like a lot of people are very much opinionated on it. Like you don't meet a lot of people right now who don't have a very big opinion on that.
Well, do you know that there's studies out that are saying like 20% of the Gen Zs identify, like 25 and under, identify as LGBTQ.
Yeah, but
20%.
See, in general, I don't believe all the census information that comes out like that, because it's like,
but it's like
I've never filled out a census.
No, but you have to take it at its word though. Like, let's say hypothetically it was 20%. That's more than Black people in America. There's
that'd
like 17%
be crazy.
Black people in
That'd
America.
be crazy.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So it's like, if there is an agenda being pushed,
bro,
that's
even
something
just
that you do
from
need to care about.
from seeing things, like I've seen people from like that are really like activists like in the trans community talking about like there's so many new genders and things popping up that kind of makes it hard for them to get their point across and for them to get their rights and stuff, because everyone will just leech on to what they already have going on. Like if you look at the LGBTQ movement, it's now they're trying to add ways so much more letters and all this stuff, and it's just like they all even feel themselves like, yo, like it's a little much now, because now it's like when you have like the BLM going on, and it's like you're trying to talk about like, okay, please stop bashing our heads in police, and then or just people just saying like, yeah, and defund the police, and like, or like they'll be like, oh yeah, and like we should get reparations, and it's like, whoa, like you guys are throwing a lot of things in, like let's just focus on the main thing. Not getting beat up by the police. Like,
I don't know if you saw this, but like for that drag queen shit, like Trudeau just passed that we're gonna be allowing it in Canada or whatever. And I don't know where. Like I saw the podium and like the banners and shit for it. I have no idea what it means, but it's like they changed LGBTQ to like SA, or I think it was S2 LGBTQ, and I was like, what the fuck is the S2 for? Like, you saw that shit? I was like, yo, what does that even mean? I'm like, see, people can just be adding shit to these random groups, and it's like everybody in the group has to agree to it, or now they're against the mob. Like, and that's what we were talking about just 2 seconds ago. But like, that's
bro, it's like pulling up to like a Holocaust memorial.
Yeah, 2S LGBTQ. Like, what does that mean? Like, how are you gonna add 2 and S to like? So the lesbians and gays aren't even important no more.
Yeah.
Two-spirit.
Oh, to be honest, like that actually, because that's actually old. That's older than everything there.
So you like
that's from Native culture.
How many spirits do you have?
Whatever you say, bro. I'm just saying that's from Native culture, but like I just don't see why they're adding it to that.
Do you think if you had like a Bud Light, you can have 3 spirits?
Sure. I'm just saying it's from Native culture, so it's more older than all this other stuff.
No, that shit's stupid as fuck too. But no, what I was saying about
why are you so dismissive? You're not even.
I am dismissive. I am
very dismissive.
I think people that want to create. I think a lot of people.
But I just told you it's not someone who created this. That is the older than everything else there.
Okay. Do you think that the two-spirited people want society to know that there's but want to be able to identify as two-spirited too, or do you think two-spirited actually means something?
I think
to their culture?
from the people who I've met in Native culture and stuff like that, like like the way they explain it and stuff is like. It's very helpful to a lot of the people from their community and stuff like that, like and they actually hold them in high regards and stuff, as opposed to like always putting them down like how we do in Western culture.
So like that's where my point is against, not against, I shouldn't say against, but
but I see what you're saying. People will hear that and they'll latch onto it.
Exactly. It's like I
people
feel like
who aren't that way will just go in because it's convenient. But I'm saying there is still people out there that will identify with that don't even know it's a thing, right? And then they hear about it and they're like, oh, that makes sense. That's how I felt.
Well, like that's just a different way to say non-binary, is it not?
Like I said, it's older than that shit, and it makes more
it's
sense.
Just a different way to say it,
the way I was explaining the two-spirited thing is like they feel like, oh, like,
yo, what are your pronouns?
Whatever you say, bro. Like I'm trying to talk about something from actual Native culture. The way they describe it is like so like they wouldn't say like bisexual. They were like, that person's two-spirited. Like, sometimes they're this way, sometimes they're that way. They have two spirits about them, like,
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, interesting. Like, if that makes sense to you, that's just interesting. Like, I don't know what, like, that shit just sounds stupid as fuck to me. Like, I don't know. And
like I said, you're just dismissive.
I am dismissive.
I try to, like, when people tell me about stuff from their cultures and stuff like that, I just try to be understanding. Because, like you said, why are you so angry about something that doesn't even affect you anyways? Like, it's just like, I'm trying to understand someone else. So how can you say what someone else is going through is so stupid?
I'm saying the concept that you are two things that you're not is stupid.
What do you mean? You never?
Okay, if I came up to you and told you I'm a dog, would you say I'm stupid? No, I'm
that's
obviously
that's a different animal. I know. I hear what you're saying, but it's like if I tell you like, oh, like as much as I'm a musician, I'm also like an athlete. Like
Yeah, and I'll say no, you're not.
Okay. Like, I'm just trying to give you an example.
Those aren't the same. Like those are characteristics of your persons. To say that a boy is a girl or one spirit is a two-spirit, well, I don't even know what that means. I would assume that means a boy, like you like boys and girls type shit. But I'm saying like that doesn't make sense. Like that's like it's stupid to even acknowledge that shit.
Really?
Yeah, like it's acknowledging like a narcissism in a sense. It's like
how? Because I feel like you're the one being narcissistic. Because you're only.
You know what narcissistic means?
Yes, you're only coming from things from your point of view and how your life looks to you. You don't care about how other people feel about it.
Okay, let me ask you this: how can you be a boy and a girl?
I don't know that, bro. I don't have all the answers in the world. I'm just saying other people feel different about life.
But you believe that you can be a boy and a girl?
No, but I believe I believe that everyone doesn't feel the same way I feel about life.
Okay, but if we live in a society we'd have to have some type of ground rules of what we believe.
No, why? Why can't people have different beliefs?
Because if we don't have a ground rule, like if I'm like, for example, if I texted you the words, "Hello, my name is TJ," and those letters.
Bro, you talking about language and stuff now, bro?
But I'm
Like,
saying
come on.
it's the same structure of society. The fact that you can read that and get the same understanding of those words that I get from those words is what gives us a functioning
and the
society.
words that people are using when it comes to this sort of stuff, I've understood that it means that they feel differently about life than I do, and that's fine. Like, you got to let people feel the way they feel, bro. Like, to sit here and
But
say,
it's not a matter of okay, so why can't they let me feel the way I feel?
they do.
They
No one's
don't.
here pressing you.
What do you
bro,
mean?
I'm the only one giving you a hard time right now, and all I'm saying to you is that you're not open-minded. I'm saying you only see the way you feel, which is fine to feel the way you feel. You just have to understand that other people feel differently about life, and that shouldn't rub you the wrong way and make you say it's so stupid.
No, but but I'm trying to say you're trying to make me accept that. But it's like, why can't they just accept the fact that like they're not what they're claiming they are? The fuck?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
I feel like that's like super political what you're trying to get into. I just feel like like you're just being a little closed-minded.
I think you're arguing a point that you don't even necessarily agree with. That's why like you can't even answer.
What I'm saying is that other people are going to feel differently about life.
Okay,
man.
can you give me an example other than gender where people will feel something that they're not necessarily?
What do you mean?
Like for
example, like for sure, bro. Like you're gonna meet people who think that they're good basketball players at LA Fitness playing basketball.
But that's objective.
Every day, every day you're gonna see a man that's terrible at basketball at LA Fitness, ruining the runs for everyone else.
Okay, and if that
but he has the right to go to the LA Fitness and play basketball,
bro. But if that guy came up
bro.
to you and says you have to tell me that I'm able to make it to the NBA,
I wouldn't. He could say that all he wants, though. Let him say that. I'm saying, bro, would I go on a big, would I start making posters and marching outside of LA Fitness with this guy's face on my poster saying, don't let him in here. He's trash. He's not what he says he is. He is not him. No, I wouldn't do that.
No, that's not the point. If he's forcing you, what if it got to the point where he says, if you don't think I am able to make it to the NBA, you actually have to think it. Not just say it. You have to think it. Or else you're not allowed in this LA Fitness. What would you say?
I hear what you're saying. Like, obviously, that's a complete different hypothetical.
But it isn't. It's the same. It's the exact same scenario. When someone wants to be so fucking narcissistic that like they're gonna try to force you to think of something that you don't necessarily believe in, or you're in the wrong. That's a form of narcissism that shouldn't be accepted in a society.
I never said you have to accept it.
But I'm saying the society itself accepts it.
I didn't say, TJ, you have to start putting a 2S on the front of the LGBTQ before you say it. I didn't say none of that to you. I'm just saying other people feel the way they feel sometimes for a reason, man. Sometimes you got to just
drinking too much Bud Light this week, bro.
All right, man. You're coming off like a bigot, man.
A bigot?
Yeah.
So why am I a bigot now? Do you even know what bigot means?
Yeah, you're just a hater, bro.
A hater?
A bigot means like a big hater. Like a bigot is just like a hater. You spelt it wrong, but yeah. Apparently, a person who is obstinately or unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or faction, especially one who is prejudiced against or antagonistic towards a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. It's exactly what you're being.
By saying that I don't think they exist. Like,
yes!
No, not that they exist. I think that they're wrong. Like, I think that they're just literally like
so
crazy
I think you're being unreasonably attached to a belief.
How am I being unreasonably
But you're saying that
attached?
they're being bigots as well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you guys should all just relax and let people just be. Let people just be.
But you can't just let people be to the point where the 20% of our society is at now.
I definitely can, because I'm here sitting with you. If someone was here, bro, on the right of us, saying like,
but you're pretty much, your whole philosophy on things is shit doesn't matter to me until it knocks on my front door.
No, what do you mean?
Because then now, like if I bring up the hypothetical, like what if you got into a situation where, like, let's say your daughter's friends are now saying like, I think I'm a transgender, blah blah blah. Three out of like her 5 friends all starts transitioning, and she's just there like, I don't know, I feel weird in my body too as a girl. Would that not start being
at that point, I would start to say there might be something in the water in this area.
But that's what's happening. These are all social contagions.
Bro,
they're all in isolated scenarios, bro. It's not like you're going to go to Wyoming and see like a group of
I do see what you're saying with stuff like that, brother, but I don't know what to say.
You don't care until it's at your front door.
It's not about me caring. Even let's even say I had certain opinions. Sometimes I do keep my opinion to myself if it's going to make other people not feel good about themselves and shit like that. Like, you know, like, let's say I have a racist thought or like a thought that's like immature about somebody, or like, you know, I think like, oh, I don't really like this person that much for some personal shit. I'm not always gonna say it out loud, right?
Yeah, it stays in the group chat if anything.
Even that. I'm just saying like I'll keep it to myself. Like, bro, like sometimes.
No, I get what you're saying.
Certain shit you just keep to yourself. Like, it's like, yeah, obviously, like we talk about this all the time. certain people are gonna attach themselves to because the LGBTQ community right now is moving.
Yeah.
They're getting shit done. So a lot of people are attaching themselves to that because it's the winning team.
Bro, Black
and
lives matter.
Yeah, and I don't think everybody that's attaching it to themselves is necessarily on the same page.
I agree with that.
But it's not I'm not on that page either. So it's just like I gotta let them do what they're doing.
But you're telling me to get on that page.
No, I'm telling you to let them do their thing, bro. Let them
indoctrinate our kids.
Not to indoctrinate people, but for amongst them and how they want to conduct themselves in their community, let them. Like,
all right.
The hell?
All right, let's just move on because like I actually wanted to talk about this instead. We moved it to trans, but I wasn't even trying to go trans. But Lilo and Stitch, the live action, they're doing a live action movie for Lilo and Stitch, and the Lilo in it is a Polynesian girl, but she's white Polynesian, and people are saying that she's not dark enough to play this role of Leo.
I feel like a bunch of adults need to stop getting so worked up about children's movie characters and their skin colors and shit, bro.
We were talking about people are complaining about things that like don't actually care but just want to get mad.
Yeah, that's
so it's like this girl is like a white girl, but she
yeah.
grew up in like that's not her. It's a different picture. No, if you look Lilo and Stitch live action, you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's Polynesian.
She literally is the race, but they're saying you don't look like the race.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, man. People need to relax. It's like pretty much what you're saying is like if they came out with Blade and Blade was light skinned.
Yeah, it's like it's a devil anyways. Yeah, look at it. Like, bro, how you gonna just say that isn't her because she's not dark enough?
It's
like,
funny too.
Like
I know people are coming from the side of things where they're like, oh, this happens too often, but it's like lately it hasn't been happening that much. And like Little Mermaid, they just made her black and shit, and this is the same company as Disney. So
you never saw that? Yeah, like that thing I posted in our group chat literally today.
When I see people getting worked up about Little Mermaid, I'm like, bro, it's not that serious.
So
like,
it's a fucking mermaid.
You're not even a Little Mermaid fan. Like, you're worked up about this shit.
Yo, do you think never mind. But no, I was gonna say something hella stupid. But
say, you think mermaids are racist?
No, I was gonna say, do you think like a mermaid was made because a guy just smelled box and thought of fish? I told you, it's hella stupid. But yo, bro. You're taking it in now because it makes sense.
No,
if it's a mythical creature that doesn't exist,
stupid it was. Let's move on.
It's a mythical creature that doesn't exist.
All right, yeah.
All right, bro. Like how I sent you send in the group chat like that picture of like Elon Musk if Netflix was to make a movie about him and it's like a dark skinned nigga.
Yeah, I didn't get that, but it was funny because
he's African and it's like that Netflix always puts like black people in white people's roles.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do be doing that.
Because like I don't know if you've seen it now. The big controversy is like the Cleopatra shit. They have like a black girl playing Cleopatra.
She was definitely black.
Cleopatra's not black.
She definitely was black. What are you talking about?
Greek.
She's Egyptian.
She ruled Egypt, but she was Greek.
No, she married a Greek guy, bro.
No, she was Greek.
No, she wasn't. Okay. She's Egyptian.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to prove it to you because we're not gonna have a fucking history class.
What are you talking about?
You can literally look at the history of Cleopatra. She came from Greece when it was the Greek Empire that ruled the whole Mediterranean.
You know that there's black people there too, right? And like even like the ruler of Rome at one point was a black man too.
So you think Zeus was black?
No.
So why not? If Cleopatra's black, then Zeus might as well be black.
All right, man.
This guy choosing to cheat.
She was Macedonian descent and had little, if any, Egyptian blood.
That's what I'm trying to say. So historically, like you would assume that she's black because she's from Egypt, but it's like history like proves otherwise. But then Netflix is still gonna go run a movie.
But that's the thing I'm saying. Like I wouldn't get worked up about no matter what color she was in the movie. Yeah. I'll let the historians tell me. But it's just like obviously when you see like Gods of Egypt and everyone in the movie is white and it's in Egypt, it's kind of like a little off-putting, right? But that's not the case with these situations. I actually prefer the movies where like they have random skin colors on people. Like bro, remember Jurassic Park? I think it was 2. And the girl was like a black dark-skinned girl, and her dad was a white guy, and there was no mom around, and it was just like, we're not gonna explain this.
No,
but I prefer that though. Like, that situation right there.
That was before like race relations where people actually cared.
Just let it rock, bro. Why are you thinking about race so much?
That's what I'm saying.
If that bothers you, you're racist.
I think that wouldn't bother people as much as like, for example, like Cleopatra, just because you're depicting a historical figure as someone that they're not. That's why, like Elon Musk, if they did, they'll be like, "Yo, he's an African, so he's from South Africa," but then it's a black.
But history gets whitewashed so much.
Joke.
Like I heard, like I think Mozart or Beethoven, one of them was black, and like a bunch of people were black that they try to act like oh, Babe Ruth was black. So like that, like see the whole Jackie Robinson
Wait,
story.
Babe Ruth was black?
Yeah, like
There's
he was like
pictures of Babe Ruth.
he was light skinned. He was light skinned. Go
Oh,
look,
like
go look at him.
he has like black in his
Yeah,
blood?
and like people used to say like, oh, I'm not sharing a room with no nigger. People used to say that about him and shit. Like so like and it's funny because they had the whole Jackie Robinson is the first black guy, but I mean he was light skinned, bro. And Babe Ruth is a big
how
guy.
factual is that? Like, are you like
I've
90%?
seen a post from a historian, and a lot of the posts I see from him are actually very accurate. But yeah, like this is one of those things that's coming out now. It's like it's a rumor that's starting to circulate.
Like
and
I don't like
there's,
again.
there's
I don't really
gaining
care about
traction.
it, but I feel like I would have heard about this before.
Go look at him. Go look at him. Go look at his facial features. Go back to just the pictures of him. Look at his facial
I've seen
features.
it. He's just a fat white guy.
Is he just a fat white guy? Look at him.
Looks like Italian, like a little mobster. You know.
The thing is, bro, Italians look like that because Italians were conquered by like black people back in the day, and they intermingled and shit. That's why they look different than regular white people.
Yo, you should be a historian.
I
feel like your path of history would be fire.
I don't know about all that. I like history for sure. I like looking into that type of stuff. But a historian, I don't know about all that.
Yo, okay, let's keep it moving. Yo, you saw the Hakimi thing, the shit? Hakimi, the Moroccan soccer player. So this guy,
yeah, with his wife.
Yeah, he plays for PSG,
Yeah.
and his
Shout out
wife
to that
get
guy.
divorced, but he had all his money going into his mom's name, and yeah, so he had all his money going into his mom's name, and the wife filed for divorce, but because he wasn't claiming any money himself, he's potentially going to be able to get money from his wife.
Her, yeah. I seen someone saying that because he was doing this sneaky shit, he probably wasn't being a good husband. I was like, oh, maybe, but it's like I don't know. In general, what the end of that post came to saying is like, if you feel you have to do this with the woman that you're with, why are you married to her? Like, if you don't trust her like that, why would you be married to this woman? And then also too, is that just how women are these days? Is that the average woman these days? Is this how men need to protect themselves because you women are so fucked?
No, I don't think that's what it is. No, yeah, I feel like he was just actually doing this. He was doing that for like tax breaks, I would say. But I would also say this girl
his mom's gonna have to pay the tax on the money regardless.
No, because it's probably under like a corporation under his mom's name type.
Okay,
shit.
fair enough.
But
yeah. He could have done a corporation under his name.
Probably, but I don't know. But like, all I'm saying is like this girl couldn't necessarily have been a gold digger if like he was like they were together for like 7 years or some shit like that, and she didn't even know where the money was going. So it's like she's clearly not like in the finance books, like you know what I mean. She's not caring too much. She just has a lifestyle, and then even like a story that like people aren't even talking about that is actually like out there. That I don't know how necessarily true it is, but like she was okay with him going around doing his thing because he is like a superstar.
Soccer player, right?
So, but apparently there was an allegation against him that he like sexually assaulted a girl. So then she's like, that's way too far from my liking, and that's the reason why they're going for the divorce.
Even with that,
she believes the girl type shit.
If she believes, maybe because the story is like, oh, that he likes it that way. I know it because he does that to me. Maybe so. Yeah. But like I think
he was allowed to sleep around.
That makes so much layers to the story. I'm just saying,
that's what I'm saying. So it's like we got the baseline story of like city boys, but like,
but also too, I just feel like see how you said like, oh, she's not a gold digger because da da da. But I feel like these days, like not to be on like too much of a red pill rant, like but I feel like women was like, it's like they'll love you, but when they don't love you anymore, it's like, okay, now I want to get the money. It's like, yeah, she might not have always been a gold digger, but she's leaving with something. She's not leaving with nothing. And I don't like it. Kind of would be in human nature. You can't even blame them. That's why it's like it's the court system's fault that so much of these girls get huge amount of monies and shit from dudes just because they're breaking up. It's like, you don't deserve half my money. Like, what are you talking about? Or like even when Jeff Bezos' wife left, I'm like, she got a crazy amount of money where it's like, let's be real.
She's like the third richest woman of all time or something.
Yeah,
like richest woman. I think she was the richest.
Bro, she wasn't sucking dick that good.
No, but my thing is like, I get your point, but it's like I feel like everybody to an extent is a gold digger of some sort, right? So especially in the women's perspective, where you're going to be marrying guys for the amount of money they make, whether you're leaving them or not. That's gold digging, right? So it's like you don't need the divorce. I think, like, the divorce aspect is weird. I think that it is weird that like a relation, unless there's kids involved, that a relationship doesn't work out and then you have to fund their life. That is weird.
Yeah. And also too, it's just like it doesn't get to. It almost makes it so you don't get to see the sincerity of men. Like, I'm sure that if let's say there was no settlements like that, right,
Mhm.
where you could take a man's money after divorce, a lot of good men when they would leave their wives or their wife would leave them would give the money out of the goodness of their heart, and it would mean a lot for a man to do that when he's not obligated to.
Yeah.
But now we're kind of like in this situation where men are like, if I don't have to, I'm not going to, because
we're
so
gonna
often
I'm
I
gonna
have
do the
to.
bare minimum. Because,
Yeah, and it's
that's what the court says I have to do.
so there's no sincerity involved, and it makes it so that over time, like, the gender gap kind of between that respect that we have for each other, like I said, when shit's going good, it's fine. It's when shit goes bad, there's no mutual respect, and it's like, it's because the court systems have like pitted us against each other, like, and it's actually really sad that we let them be involved in our shit. Even when I look at like myself or any of my friends, like, when court gets involved in shit, it's like, yo, I can't believe it went there. Like,
Yeah, no,
you
I
know,
get
like
exactly what
like
you're
getting the government involved in your family business, like, that's crazy. And these women think that shit is so normal.
Well, it's like that's the only thing that can protect the woman. A man can protect himself, type shit, in a sense, right? It's like if a man, like, let's say hypothetically, a woman is richer and a man got divorced from the woman, and somehow magically the court settlement said like, okay, well, you're not gonna get anything from her. Start over. Like, a guy would be able to pick himself up easier than a woman would be able to. Like, let's say like
maybe.
a 40-year-old
Bro,
man or
these
a
girls
30-year-old
these days,
woman.
like, let's say Jeff Bezos' wife was out here butt naked, no money. Like, she could literally just start her OnlyFans, and she would blow up quick off the fact she was Jeff Bezos' wife. Let's say you're married to Oprah and shit goes south for you, and you're a bum, and you're like on some Kevin Federline shit. You're just out here with your long hair with no money in your pockets. You think you could start an OnlyFans out of nowhere, or you think you could just start a business off the fact that you're you're Oprah's ex-husband? No.
I think you could start a business, but no, I get what you're saying.
You could do it in the sense of like, you could do anything. But I'm saying women could just, women could, like, what do you mean? It's so much easier for a woman to just pick herself up out of nowhere, like, depending on her morals and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say that, depending on your morals, because it's like it is. There's always easy money, right?
But I'm saying,
like,
for men, it has nothing to do with morals. It's gonna be hard regardless.
yeah, but it's like the easy money comes and goes, right? So it's like, and also like your beauty is fleeting. So it's like if you're like a 35-year-old divorced woman, you're not making money on OnlyFans that like a 23-year-old girl's making type shit.
I'm just, bro. I'm not a misogynist.
No, I get what you're saying. No,
like,
trust me, I get what you're saying.
Like, of course,
You're saying it's
we have
easy
like
for girls to
yeah.
make money in like the
we have our Aiden Rosses, and we have like Elon Musk and, you know, Bitcoin millionaires and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, we have. I'm saying we have like for men, there'll be random millionaires for sure, right? But like,
Yeah.
bro, when you look at the women's wealth, it's like you'll have like a Barbie go and start our OnlyFans and make like 10 million her first month, like. Bro, that's gonna change her life forever. Or you have like a Kendall Jenner makes $1 billion off of makeup. It's like, nah, niggas don't have no income like that. Like, we're getting out the mud, like, for sure.
No, I get,
like,
like,
it's never easy like that for a man.
Well, if you're a man, you live in Toronto, especially, you can run a heist and rob fucking Pearson Airport of $20 million of gold. Bro,
that was a GTA heist, man. I wish I was in on that. I wish I loaded up into that lobby. Oh my gosh.
Bro, but taking the number they have out is 20 million or 100 million. Two different stories.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, how can you be off by that much? That's
the crazy part too.
How do you move much gold?
Probably once they seen that that it was like, you know, like jeopardized or whatever, like once the heist happened, they probably like immediately shut it down, where it's like no one's allowed to touch the gold. Whatever is left, no one's allowed to touch it. Like, you know, like not even to count it. We don't even know how much.
They got away with that shit too, though. Like, they're
odds are it's an inside job. Like, at least at some level.
No,
like,
it's a heist. Like,
yeah,
even if the guy went in there for a year.
But it's just about how high up does it go. Like, is it the CEO of the airport who was in on it? Because it's a lot of money, bro. Like, you don't know who gave up the drop.
No, but it's not. It was in gold bricks.
Yeah, exactly. It's even
worth
more than money.
Like, how do you physically move that? Like, you have to have like tractors. And
oh
shit.
yeah,
like,
yeah, all the right equipment for sure. But any heist movie, you see that.
Bro,
they have
that's
that
literally
shit.
like they have to make a movie about.
Yeah, 20 years from now, I was about to say it's gonna be a great movie.
Yo,
because I love heist movies.
Who's playing the lead role? You got Drake?
No, nah, but Drake should be a cameo.
What about like
for
a
sure.
Tory Lanez? Yo, that'd be maybe a little 5'6" nigga just running up the size of the stack of bricks.
Bro, it had to be like probably be like Leonardo DiCaprio or some shit when he's old and shit. Like, bro, it was a heist movie. What do you mean? You need like Denzel Washington or some
Ocean's
shit.
11 type shit.
Yeah, like George Clooney. That'd be decent. That'd be type decent.
Bro, like, I don't know. I thought this story was so funny, and the fact that we're kind of announcing it is even more funny to me. It's like, because we do live in such like a media-controlled world that this story didn't need to get out.
Yeah, they could hide it.
They could have hid this for sure. It's because it's government money. You know that, right? It wasn't like a private corporation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, bro, I think Justin Trudeau set this shit up.
Yeah, the government got robbed
all the way up to the top, bro. He got a kickback for sure. I'm saying, like, money like this doesn't go missing without people knowing about it and letting it happen.
Bro, 100 mil. What are you doing with that 100 M's?
Trudeau said, leave that gate open.
Let's say you were at the airport that day and you saw a brick on the ground. Are you picking it up and keeping it?
100%.
Well,
I would love to.
How are you moving it?
A gold brick, you just keep that. You keep that. Yeah, and
I
it helps you move different because now you know you got a gold brick. So worst come to worst, I got my gold brick. Like you start moving different when you got that little that little safety at home.
Is worth?
It depends on the size of the gold brick.
Well, like,
it literally will just say on it how much it's worth.
Well, like 24 karat, like
they have different sizes. They have different sizes. Like you ever seen them?
Let's say like 50,000.
They have like the 10K ones. They'll have like the big 100K ones. Like
Yeah, those are the tiny ones. So let's say, bro, taking like there's like
1,000 grams is probably like
what's that one?
What's the price of gold right now? That's probably like 100,000.
It's
right
up
there.
big because like all the people are afraid of the recession and shit.
100 grams. It says right there what the price of it is. And look at 5,000.
Damn. So it's not even that much. So that means they're moving bare bricks, bro.
Yeah, a lot.
Probably like 2 freight trucks full.
The thing is why you would keep it too is because it's only gonna go up the value.
Well, no, they're out of the country for sure.
Oh,
I don't think there's no way they're still in Canada.
Honestly, bro, that's
They
type
move
that
that
like
shit.
that's the type of thing. Like, see some gold like that, you get a heist like that, like
They had an
the
exit
one
strategy.
person who's in charge of it would take it and hide the gold, like because for a while it's gonna be hot. You can't do nothing with that gold for some years,
They're
like
checking
maybe like a
crates.
decade.
Every boat
Yeah,
out, they're
yeah.
checking everything.
Not even that, just in general, that gold itself. Let's say you go and sell one of the gold bricks to someone and you get the money for it. Like, bro, the FBI, the CIA gonna be all over you.
Every
like,
gold brick transaction.
one by
from here
one,
on
you
out.
guys are gonna go down. They're gonna make you rat. They're gonna torture you and shit to rat. So it's like, you just have to hide the gold. Only one person who hides it can know where it is.
Or you just melt it down to a bunch of toilets and then just keep it in your house.
Now one person knows where it is. They hide it somewhere that you can't even they can't know. Like no one can know. So you bury it or you put it wherever the fuck under a house or something like that you own, and then you that person has to disappear for a while. Go to like some obscure country like Bolivia and just live like regular for like a few years.
You know what's so crazy about this shit is like thinking about like gold bricks and like just the value, how it only increases, kind of like NFTs and stuff. Do you know the game Counter-Strike?
Yeah.
So it's like the OG computer game. Yo, they had a skin that sold for like 500,000. The most it's ever, like most for an ever skin ever. So like they're a big part of their game is like they do have like a black market. Not even a black market. It's just like a marketplace of exotic skins and camos and stuff. So like same way you can buy shit on Fortnite, on this you're actually able to auction things off.
I've seen games like that. That free game for PlayStation's like that too.
Yeah, so like it's a huge
one.
thing for Counter-Strike.
My brother got some shit. He sold it for like 4,500, like a little.
So
gun
right
he
now,
got.
people are saying the prices are all peaking for the elite skins because they just announced that there's gonna be a new Counter-Strike coming out, and they're thinking if the new Counter-Strike comes out and flops, like people like the community doesn't accept it because they like Counter-Strike is extremely loved, and if they don't accept the new game, then it's only gonna be Counter-Strike for the next 5 years. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like that value is only gonna go up because that is still the dominant game. So people are like betting big on this shit.
That shit is just so nerdy and weird, bro.
It's
and
NFTs,
just like,
but like practical NFTs.
so semi-practical.
Well, 100% semi-practical.
And that's why I always said the metaverse will help NFTs. Sure, bro, see how we had that first surge when they came out? When meta gets big, I'm telling you, NFTs will go way back up in value. Because of shit like this. Bro, these are literally what you're saying. They're NFTs. Like, these are technically NFTs.
Okay, but like my argument for this would be like an NFT in like a video game where you have a skin that you use, everybody sees you using that skin. If you have a Bored Ape, you can't use a Bored Ape.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to explain to you. I clearly went over your head. Let's say the Bored Ape was a skin, and that was your avatar that you went into every single game that you play with, and everywhere you went, like
So
all like,
are you
it was like your
identifying
avatar.
as an ape?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like as a Bored Ape, like $100,000 ape, and you're out here with a $2 skin, looking like 2D and shit. Like you'd be looking like broke boy, and I'm for sure people are talking to me just because my skin.
So your
I'm
gender's
making
an ape.
connections. Whatever, bro. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Like I get what you're saying, but it's just like I don't know. I think
I think this is way stupider.
I don't. Like I don't know. I think
because you're a nerd.
I've never played Counter-Strike before in my life. I've played
yes,
it like
you have.
No,
I've
back
played
in
Counter-Strike.
I've in like internet cafes back in like, high school and shit.
bro. That's
I haven't played CS:GO.
That even you say that Asian kids know what internet cafes are, but in general, like the kids these days don't know
There
about
was
no
literally one
internet
across
cafes.
the street from our school at Oakwood. We would just go in there and have like fucking D rats and fucking 4-on-4s and shit.
That shit used to be wavy, man. The internet cafes for sure, man. You see. I'm not gonna lie. You used to see the Asian guys playing games. You'd be like, "What game is that? That looks lit."
They always play the weirdest games like Dota and like, bro. League of Legends is one that I look at. I get like, I'm like, as a gamer, like I've gamed my whole life. I look at that shit and get confused as fuck.
Even they play like
what's
that one Final Fantasy, but they be playing like the
that
Asian versions.
Genshin Impact or whatever.
Yeah.
That shit.
Looks
that game looks fire, but it looks like you're just doing the most to play it. But let's get into a little NBA action. Seeing that we're winding down.
LeBron, what did I tell you, bro? He's like a freight train right now. There's no stopping that momentum he has,
bro.
Buddy.
This guy has no bag.
Buddy, he had 20 rebounds last night.
20 rebounds, but do you see the buckets he was making? He couldn't cross over anybody. He was trying his hardest.
Who cares?
He literally couldn't create a shot for himself anymore. Like, he's so
No,
old.
He definitely can. Once he has a head full of steam, he doesn't have to have a bag.
But that's not. Like, that's what I was gonna say. That's not a bag. I was like, he literally just runs straight at.
Bro, by that
people
definition,
and,
Russell Westbrook never had a bag.
Are you crazy?
Then.
Russell drop a nigga, bro.
Oh
Put some respect on Russell's
just
name.
because he would do a little sham god once in a while, and that only works because he's just so good at going in a straight line.
You think LeBron can do a sham god? Hell no.
I mean, he could, but not at an NBA level.
Yeah.
if he was playing with some college kids, LeBron will look different, bro. It's because he's playing in the NBA. Like, yeah, he's not gonna. He just plays to his strengths. He's so smart. He's gonna play to his strengths. Why is he gonna do something that's not his strength? Like,
I don't know. I feel like he's playing Giannis's game now, and I hate Giannis's game. I think it's ruining the NBA. Where you literally just attack the basket and people either have to get out of the way or let you score.
Or enough people have to crash where you can kick out to an open shooter.
No, but even if they crash, he just gets fouled. Like, bro, that's all Giannis does. It's just so boring.
Bro, whatever.
I don't know.
I don't want to. I don't like. That's the thing too. Like I don't like critiquing people who are good at shit. Like, it's like it might not be the most entertaining or whatever, but he's doing it. It's
that's
working,
what I'm.
Right?
See, that's what I'm basing it off of. I'm basing it off of entertainment because as a spectator, I would
LeBron
never come out and say Giannis sucks.
He's not like the most exciting player to watch, but I think like it's LA, so like sometimes the games just get crazy in general, like the energy in the building.
The energy in the building last night was crazy. Especially when LeBron hit that like the game tying layup and shit.
Yeah, and the game there's like a lot of highlights of it were just like the game was clearly intense. Like, I didn't actually watch it, but like to see Ja Morant try to jump over LeBron and shit, he needs to stop doing that. He's not gonna have a long career, bro.
Did you see
he's ruining himself.
The Jimmy Buckets game before that?
I didn't watch none of the games, but
gosh,
yeah, Jimmy Butler's
nuclear.
He's nice. Jimmy Butler's nice.
Bro, this guy dropped 55. The whole stadium.
Bro,
56.
Talk about something a little more interesting. Do you think that Michael Jordan is Jimmy Butler's dad? I think he is, bro. Do you know?
I've seen the conspiracies.
Yeah,
do you know homeless and he doesn't know his dad and shit. Like,
and he stopped getting checks around the time that he was like 16, and that's why his mom kicked him out of their house. And Michael Jordan was making anonymous payments to someone for like that amount of time frame type shit. Like, bro, there was conspiracies. Yeah, there was like so many things where I was like, and then if you just look at them, and then even certain times when Jimmy Butler goes off, I'm like, this thing is different. Like, there's something different about him.
Basketball's not genetic. Look at Jordan's 2 actual sons. They're fucking trash.
Yeah, but that's just because he's a terrible father. That's why LeBron James is also winning in the GOAT
discussion.
Who's a better dad? LeBron. Because look at his kids.
I was gonna say Jordan or D Wade.
Why you like this?
Now you're laughing,
Why you like this?
Now you're laughing.
Honestly, D Wade, because even if you
whether or not you agree
with D Wade, at least he's fucking going to bat for his kid. He's doing what he thinks is right. Bro, Michael Jordan for sure did a lot of things, and in his mind he was just saying, fuck them kids. Like, literally, he does not care about his children.
Bro, this guy D-Wade doesn't care about the kid's mom, though. His mom's saying, hell no.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have a contentious relationship.
They do, bro. She's been fighting that shit over and over again.
Yeah.
But no, like, I think this Jimmy Bucket shit's hilarious. I've seen it, too. But it's like, you don't think Jimmy Butler would know?
No, what?
Like, if Jordan was his
brother?
I
think like he would probably know, and he'd probably
Did he grow up in Chicago, Jimmy Butler?
I don't know. But he'd probably know, and he'd probably be resentful.
I don't even think they look alike.
Huh? You don't think that they look alike? Are you blind?
I think they're just both black, and I think you're being a little racist.
I think they're showing a side-by-side picture.
Yeah, and they don't look alike. They don't.
You don't think that they look alike?
No. What looks alike? They don't have like the same.
They have the same shaped nose,
the same nose,
same shaped mouth, the same shaped chin.
They don't have the same shaped mouth.
The same shaped jaw.
Oh my god.
The only thing that's a little different is the ears. The ears were a little different.
He
got his
eyes and
ears.
the eyebrows and the.
No, the eyebrows were. Oh, the hair on the eyebrows was a little different. Yeah, it was. Fair enough.
No, I've seen all this before. I found it interesting. I love looking into conspiracies, whether I believe it or not.
Yeah.
Just because where the amount of research people do to make a conspiracy is the most interesting.
Even you guys see LL Cool J's estranged son who just came out with another video. Pull up LL Cool J's son.
Bro, they even 50 Cent Op Smoke one. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That one was like the most convincing.
But look at this one though.
they're
No,
both
see
from,
that
like, the
that's
same
his
hood and
that
shit.
see look, this is LL Cool J's real son that he claims. Pull up LL Cool J's estranged son. Bro, this dude looks more like LL Cool J than all his other kids combined.
Well, just because of that doesn't make him your kid.
No, I know for
Yeah.
sure, but I'm just saying it's funny, bro, because we be having those estranged
Oh, shit.
situations. Bro, it's like this is like the kid that he was like that was meant to be his dog, like
But
that was supposed to be his
he should
main
just be
son.
making a career mocking LL Cool J the same way like that fake Dirk and the fake Drake would do in Miami.
Bro, honestly,
what I'm talking about?
if you watch that video, the kid was like fighting back tears, trying to say like he just wants to talk to his pops. He's like, he was saying
so
like,
maybe he is playing up in it.
nah, he was saying like this nigga doesn't talk to me no more. He's like, I really didn't want to make this video, but like I just want like this nigga to talk to me.
Yeah. So what?
But I felt genuinely bad for the dude, bro. I never been through that where I know who my pops is. He's some famous, successful person, but he doesn't want to talk to me. That's gotta hurt, bro. He's a millionaire. Just let me come over to the crib.
He'd be like, nah, your mom's stupid.
Yeah,
That's the way he's moving.
Come on, bro. I'm not even cooler like that.
Nah, your mom's stupid.
Let me just pull up for the weekend, dog. Come on. Just got a little taste of what I missed out on.
Yeah. Let's go back to the basketball though. But yeah, so like even like the Raptors, for example, I want to talk about this. I want to see what you think.
I can't believe we fired Nick Nurse, but I think
Yeah.
it was announced as a firing. I feel like it was a mutual parting of ways. Like, and he's a candidate so many places to get hired.
I
too.
think they
And we
fired
were
Nick Nurse
delusional for
fast.
thinking that we were gonna fire him and then get MK.
Yeah.
Like we were delusional for that, bro. Right now the Raptors is like one of the least desirable destinations. If I'm a head coach, what are we doing over here?
Yeah, we have no stars.
Well, Scotty Barnes has potential to be a star, but that's
No.
it. And then Siakam's good.
Siakam needs to get traded.
Siakam is one of our only valuable pieces to get traded. But the thing is, it's just like, bro, if you trade Siakam and it doesn't go well, what are you gonna do?
You need to, because it's like it showed with the DeRozan Kawhi trade where like everybody was like DeRozan is the Raptors, like, you know what I mean? But then the second we got Kawhi is what we needed to push us over the top.
That was a very, very unique situation. We're not going through a situation like that.
I think we are. I think we have so much talent.
We're not one piece away from competing. We need
Why?
a rebuild. We need a rebuild.
You think if we swapped right now Kawhi or Siakam for
I don't
Kevin
think
Durant?
Siakam is the problem.
Siakam for Kevin Durant.
Even then, we wouldn't be a
You
contender.
don't think we'd be a contender?
We'd be a good team. We'd be a playoff team. No, we would not be a contender. No, we wouldn't even be better than Boston or Philly.
Okay. How?
We wouldn't be. I'm just telling you the reality of things, brother. Okay, this is another thing, too. I feel like Fred VanVleet, yeah, he puts up some big games, but I feel like that's the part of our team that doesn't work. Because if
Freddie's
yeah,
our best player.
Everyone on our, I know, but sometimes it's to your detriment. Everyone on our team is tall. So the last year that we played really good and we overachieved is because we had these tall lineups that we were throwing in and we were shutting teams down defensively. But it's like Freddie doesn't go with that. So it's like we need like a tall. Even if we traded Freddie for like Ben Simmons and Ben Simmons started to play like himself again,
Yo,
it'd
bro,
be
if
amazing.
you ever
But he's
ask
so
the
trash.
Raptors to get Ben Simmons, I'll be cheese.
Yeah, Ben Simmons is so trash now.
No, how could he be good on
He'd
the
be
Raptors?
good on the
Like, I get
Raptors.
what you're saying. He
Out
fits
of
the
all teams,
prototype.
yeah, he'd be
the prototype
the
player
best
that we
fit
want.
for Ben Simmons right now is the Raptors.
I think you would rather like a LaMelo Ball than a fucking Ben Simmons.
Oh yeah,
though.
of course.
Like
Everyone would rather LaMelo Ball, brother. That's one of the best.
get
young players in the
LaMelo out
league
of
right
fucking
now.
Charlotte. What is he doing to Charlotte? I know he doesn't like.
I know, but if they get Victor, that'd be crazy. This draft lottery, bro. Victor
Yo, do you think if
Wembanyama
we
is the
traded-
best player since LeBron.
If we traded Freddie for a Dame, would we be contenders?
We wouldn't be contenders, but that'd make us a lot better. We'd be a lot
Because
better.
Dame wants out. I think
We'd be
Dame's gone.
immediately
I
a
don't.
lot better. But
Terrence
it's the same
is
thing.
gonna be so butthurt
like
when
I
they
said,
get
bro.
gone.
It doesn't really like our team identity is just is hurt by that point guard position. They keep getting switched out on, and it's like like that switchability is what makes our defense good. When everybody can switch on to everybody, our defense is really good, and then we start winning games with defense. And it's like it's not flashy. No one expects the Raptors to be a playoff team, but we come in like a 6th seed. When we have our defense right. But right now the team is just garbage because there's no identity.
I feel like we have Scotty, we have OG. I think Scotty and OG we need to focus on more than Siakam. If we got rid of Siakam and got a star,
I like the three of them. Scotty, OG, and Siakam. That's great, bro.
I think
That's
Siakam
great.
he can't produce on offense enough to justify his
Spin move.
positioning.
It
Yeah, that's
works,
all he.
bro.
He only,
It works.
That's
But
all
don't,
he has.
bro. Remember when we used
His
to play?
bag's bigger than
Bro,
LeBron's,
remember when
though.
we used to play Madden back in the day?
Yeah,
that
that's all he
spin
does.
move was deadly, bro.
That's all he
That's where he
does.
got it from.
Yeah.
It's a Madden throwback.
All right, bro. I think that's a good enough episode. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's cool, man. I think it's
Actually,
cool.
I want to know. Second round of playoffs is kind of looking clearer.
Yeah.
First round's pretty much
I
up.
mean, we were wrong with a lot of our guesses.
Only
though.
one.
No, two. For
Two.
me, two of them.
We got Bucks wrong, no?
Heat going on. No, Warriors is looking like they're about to lose to the Kings.
Oh,
too.
no, they're tied. They're tied. Yo, don't stress. The refs are cheating that Warriors
Nah,
series.
man. It's about to beam me up. Beam.
No, I think the Warriors
Send
still
the
got
beam
that.
up.
I think it's just the Bucks. I think Jimmy Buckets going nuclear, a.k.a. LeBron, Jordan's son, he's going to snap for this last game. I think they're going to win 4-1, and then he's going to flop in the next series. He's just going to have nothing else in him.
Yeah.
Like they're shutting down Giannis. They're shutting down Giannis.
Yeah, that's fine. But the Heat aren't good enough to win a championship. They're just not. When they made it to the finals, that one time they had a chance, it was just like, yeah, they're never.
Yeah,
gonna win.
Jimmy Bucket's 56-point game last night was more than LeBron ever scored, or the highest franchise record for a playoff game.
Yeah, LeBron never needed to score 56, and when he did need to, he didn't do it, and that's why the Mavericks beat him in the finals. It is what it is. LeBron's still way greater than Jimmy Butler ever will be.
You have anything else left to get off your chest?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, you see, Drake and Future slid into Angel Reese's DM. I told you that was a hot
never saw
topic,
that.
man.
Yeah,
We had to talk about that, man. Because I'm saying, as these WNBA players become more and more a part of the culture, that's what will carry like the whole WNBA to another level. We're gonna keep having a WNBA segment every episode, guys, and we're gonna just touch on these female brawlers.
Yo, we should act. No, I'm not even trolling right now. Like at this point of the day, like if we do WNBA, we should just crack open a Bud Light and let's talk about it. Like that would make sense.
You have a Bud Light.
Bro, that would actually make sense because then we could talk about it from a female perspective.
I want to know, in your opinion, what does Bud Light have to do with the WNBA?
It makes you trans, so it's like then we can turn to females and talk about female perspective.
All right.
That's facts. It is facts. This guy just doesn't want to admit facts. Okay, let's continue. We don't have Bud Light today, guys. Next episode, we will have Bud Light. What do you want to talk about the WNBA? What happened with Drake and Future?
Nah, I was just saying that's wavy. Like, and it's funny because she came out. She's like, "Oh, come on, guys! They just DM'd me to wish me congratulations." And it's like the story only went because the way she said it. But
yeah,
whatever.
well, that's clearly. I think that's all it would be.
I think
like
she's
people
good at marketing, bro. She's great at marketing herself.
No, of course, but I feel like that's all those celebrities are doing. They're saying like, "Yo, keep doing your thing. Like I respect you. Just know I see you," which means a lot of people see.
And see,
you
that's another thing too. You're right about that. It's like, bro, I'm telling you, people are eager to see big female WNBA stars. Like people will like that. People will get behind them for sure.
I think no, but like what you said to me last week made a lot of sense, and I never thought about it from that perspective. Where if the WNBA was extremely, like not even extremely successful, if it was respected, like let's say the NHL, because the NHL is like the lower of the four major sports. Like if they got to the size of the NHL has a shit ton of fans who do respect the players of the sport, and it's like that would be good role models for girls to look up to, and like that's something that is worth striving towards.
Good role models and like.
But a bunch of dykes.
Whatever. The thing with sports as good, the thing with sports is as good is because a lot of people Trying to get to the WNBA will get their 4 years of college, like along the way type shit.
Well, yeah. Well, girls are graduating college anyway.
Yeah, girls are graduating at a great rate.
Like
but
us.
I'm just saying, if you need to give your daughter a little bit of extra motivation, or she needs something to stay focused on, some people are just like,
hooper,
like they just need something to keep them going, right? But yeah, shout out to all the females out there, man. The hoopers especially, man. Keep hooping.
Yo, did you know that in Australia, there's going to be the first transgender female playing in their league, their professional league?
I feel like they're doing that. I don't know why they're doing that.
All bettors out there, take the futures on them. Take all the parlays each game, spread it. But yeah, that's been another episode of Northern Ruckus. This guy Jimmy's upset at me because of all this jokes I got today.
Another Bud Light jokes? You got
me
a couple
times
with them. You got me.
So yeah, bro. We'll be back next week. See you.